Hey Sydney, how's it going? I'm Courtney, and in this video, I'm going to walk you through 3 things that can help more pet owners actually find your business when they're looking online. And the reason why I'm doing this is because business owners are just way too busy running their business, so they don't have the time to figure out all, the internet stuff. And honestly, a lot of business owners just don't know who's an expert when it comes to this kind of thing. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to show you 3 real things you can actually use, which are content, citations, and backlinks. No weird jargon, no pressure, and if you like what you see and want to chat after, cool, just shoot me a message. Sorry, just shoot me a message after. Alright, so let's jump right on it. So first thing I like to go over is your website content. And with this content, you want to make sure you have enough words on it. And I know that sounds simple, but let me explain. When people search for what you do, Google has to figure out which business to show them. And one way it does this is by reading what's on your homepage. If there's only a couple of sentences, Google's going to be unsure what your business is supposed to be about. And right now, your site is sitting at about 615 words. I went ahead and I did the same thing to the top competitor in your area, and these guys are looking at a little over 1,000 words. Now, with content, the Google studies have shown that Google prefers for there to be at least 1,500 words on the homepage, and within this content, you want to have what are known as keywords. You want to make sure that they are properly placed, and you want to make sure that they are the correct keywords. You don't want to just any keywords. So a keyword is a word or phrase that people search up each month to resolve their issues or concerns, and you guys can miss out on a lot of pet owners by not having those keywords, okay? And just to give you an idea of what I mean, so everything that you see highlighted, this is what Google looks at when it comes to ranking a site or scanning a site. And even so, you want to make sure images, icons, all of those things also have the correct keywords embedded into them. So let's just see if this one does. All right, and so I can see that this one does not have the proper keyword placed in it. You just want to make sure the person who did your website can go ahead and optimize these photos with the appropriate keywords. So what we're actually going to do next is we're going to head on over to SEMrush. This is a tool that basically lets me peek behind the curtain. It shows me what Google thinks a website is about based on what people are actually trying to type into Google every month. And I went over here for a couple of things, one of them to look at keywords, and you guys right now are looking at 440 keywords. We're just going to take a look at what some of the top ones are. All right, Countryside. Okay, and then just to give you a little bit of a tip on keywords, so one of the things you want to be wary of is not solely relying on keywords with your business name. And the reason why is because not everybody knows your business name. So if you want to attract new pet owners to you, you have to be able to use keywords that they would be using. And I'll actually give you an example of what I mean very, very shortly. Right next is we're going to take a look at your top competitor. These guys are currently ranking for 184 keywords at the moment. All right, so let's just take a look at, all right, so they're just the same. Let's just take a look at some more of them. Okay, scroll. All right, so here's a perfect example right here of a keyword, which is just something that you do, vets, and the location, Richmond, VA. Here's another very, very good one as well. This one's also a good one, a good example too. So these are examples of keywords, types of keywords that you would want to have. So what I'm actually going to do next is I'm going to take a keyword and I'm going to place it into Google over here. And we're just going to go over this page. So Animal Hospital, Richmond, VA. And now we're going to get into the second thing I like to go over, and that is citations, aka getting listed in more places. All right. So this section right here is called the map pack, and getting to this top 3 into the top 3 is right here is very, very huge because this is where people click. The higher you are, the more clicks you get. And before I continue on, first I'd like to talk about this ad right here. And ads can actually work pretty well, but if your website isn't dialed in first, you might just be throwing money at something that isn't ready yet. So you want to make sure you get your foundation solid first. And another thing I want to point out is that there are some people who have ad blockers. So there are many people who won't even be able to see these, right? So you don't just want to solely focus on rely on ads as well. So going back into this section, so this over here is the business's name, address, and phone number. This is what Google needs in order to verify and give relevance to your business. And the thing about this is that how you actually get up here is pretty simple. So you want to put here you go. Oops. You want to put your business's name, address, and phone number across hundreds of directories, right? So places like BBB, Yelp, CityStar, Facebook, and hundreds more. And the goal is you want to get more than your competitor, because this will allow Google to trust you and see you as a real legit business. And then in return, they will bump you up, okay? And how you actually do that is there are tools out there that allow us to see what citations your competitors are listed on, and then we go after those for you as well. Another word for these are also known as citations, right? So we will go after them, but you don't just want to match them, right? You want to get ahead. So you want to get what they got, then add 50 to 100 more, so that it takes them a very long time to catch back up with you guys, right? So heading on into the last thing I want to go over, and that's getting other sites to link to you guys, or another word for them are backlinks. And here's the thing is, just like with the citations, you want to be at the top, because this is where this sauce is. The higher you are, the more clicks you get. And in order to get up there, you need to have authority, which is basically just someone who knows their stuff in Google's eyes. And how you get authority is when other websites link to you guys online. So for example, if a local news site or a community blog mentions your business and links to your website, that's basically them saying, hey, these guys are legit, they're really good. And then Google will look at that and give you guys a boost. Now, not all links are created equal. Being in the animal care field, you don't want to be getting backlinks from, like a bakery or a Pizza Hut, right? Because you guys don't sell food. And so you want to be careful of the type of links that you get, because some of them won't be any helpful towards you, right? So you want to make sure it makes sense. Now, heading back over to SEMrush. This is a tool that helps to take a look at backlinks. You guys are sitting at 246 backlinks at the moment, right? And let's see what your top competitor has. All right, and these guys are sitting at 168. And this is to further reiterate that it's not the quantity, it's the quality. So if you guys want to take a look at the people who are doing your backlinks, and take a look, because one quality backlink is enough. It's like basically, so say for instance, one quality backlink is enough of like 3 backlinks pointing back to them, if that makes sense. So the more better and the more sense it makes for your business for that backlink, the more power it's going to give you guys. So I'd go ahead and take a look at the backlinks that you guys have to see what's going on or what you can add, and how to actually go about getting proper backlinks, or actually competing with your competitor. Here's the cool part with stuff like SEMrush. We can actually see exactly who's linking to your competitor. And then we go get those exact same links for your site, because if it worked for them, why wouldn't it work for you, right? So that's pretty much it for this video. So in closing, we want to go over content. You want to get 1,500 words on your homepage. This makes it easy for Google and pet owners finding you to understand your business. Citations. You want to get your business name, address, and phone number listed on 200 to 300 sites. This beats out your competition by a long shot. And backlinks. You want to get other relevant sites pointing at you guys to show Google you are the authority, right? And do these 3 things, you guys are going to be way ahead of most of your competition. Now, what you can do with this information is you can totally run with this info and do this yourself, and I'm cool with that. But if you want to skip the learning curve and just have someone handle it who's done it a bunch of times, just give me a call or shoot me a text at 218-517-5513. Either way, I hope this helped. Have a great day. Bye.